Hello, beloved best browsers and coach crazies. This is Jeremy from Holiday Coach Nato. Matt's joining us. Let's say, hey, Matt.
Hey, how you guys doing? Live from the Holiday Coach Sales Studio.
All right, so today we're going to show you more buses, kind of like we did last week. But first, we're going to start on our website. Some of you found our site, holidaycoachingauto.com, by searching around. Matt's showing you there right now. When you go to the webpage, you see that bar that he's at. It says, click here for all coaches. You click there, it takes you to the link. If I send you an email, this is going to take you to that link to kind of save it still. But once you're on our page, you can look on the left-hand side. Let's say you're looking for a bus that's in Georgia, for Florida, North Carolina, whatever. You can choose what state you want to search in right there. Matt's showing you some of the options that we have. Let's say you don't care about state, you care more about what type of bus. He's showing us we got conversions. We have minibuses, conversions, shuttle vans, coaches. You can click by that option. Next option down, we have the makes, the models. If you want MCI only or Prevos only, you can click only on those. Or we have a nice little tab there that says MCI Prevo Van Hool right there. You know, kind of get the top three, four brands there. You do that. And he's showing us now you can scroll around by price. If you're kind of looking to stay within a budget, you can scroll the bar to say exactly what you want. As he scrolls back up into the right-hand side of the page, if you wanted to sort by name or style, right there at the body, you could do that, or price low to high. You can do almost any setting search that you want to. We try to make it pretty easy for you. But now that we're about a minute and a half into this video, let's go ahead and start looking at some of the coaches. Matt, go ahead and show us the first one.
Yep, we've got the 2004 MCI D model coach. This coach is going to be a Detroit Allison combo, ADA wheelchair lift equipped. Important note, and to kind of speed through it, the wheelchair lifts, if that is important to you, definitely let Jeremy and I know. Wheelchair lifts are one of those funky devices that they're very finicky. They can work 1 minute, not the next, in the middle trying to use it. But they can more importantly work one day and not the next, especially in the older units. So if a wheelchair lift is important to you and you're looking at an ADA coach that's marked as ADA wheelchair lift equipped, definitely still let Jeremy and I know. So if it's on lot, we'll test it. If it's not on lot, we'll make sure the seller tests it before you book a flight or travel plans. But most importantly, the day before you go, just to make sure that if something's not working, we can get it addressed. If we want the features that are important to you to be tested and working. So definitely let us know on that. And then, of course, we can dive right in. This is a silver-sided coach. Some people like that. Some people don't. But it is what it is. This coach is more set up for the transit style, which you'll see here momentarily. But the coach is in really good shape, guys. That silver is polished up. The paint job is in nice shape. Coming over here, we're going to see a little bit of that difference. As I was talking about the transit style doors, so they don't open one door like that. They actually bifold open, which we'll show you here in the next photo. Not the next photo, but we can see the door in the next photo. What I'm talking about, it'll actually open up to the sides. Luggage compartments. There's that Rikon lift, a little bit different. Most of the time you see the Rikon and the Prevos and Braun abilities more in the Van Hools and MCIs, I believe. This is actually one of two MCIs we've got with the Rikon. That's the bifold doors I was telling you. So you can see that they kind of split and open to the sides. A little more transit style, which is what this coach is set up for. But the interior, great shape for the age and the miles for sure. I mean, it's very clean driver area. Buttons are still not worn and noticeable. The seats here are in great shape, but you will notice there are TVs missing. This coach is set up for transit, not charter. But TVs could be added, but that kind of streamlines in. So we could, anytime you see a coach that doesn't have TVs, power outlets, maybe a backup camera is important to you, Wi-Fi, those lights going between the overheads that have different colors and stuff like that. All of that we could definitely get done for you. We have partners in up north. We have partners down south, partners in the middle of the state. We don't have a whole lot out west, but good news is our partners that we do have on the East Coast where we're at, they do travel. And that kind of leads into, anything that you see on a coach that's an option that it doesn't have, or you want something different, let us know. We could definitely work that into the deal, get things going, or at least get you got it in the right place to make that coach the right coach for you. Going back, seats are in great shape. Of course, it does have a restroom, so whether you want to use it for transit or charter, you do have that restroom option. And the only thing that's to be really missing is the TVs, depending on the groups that you've got. But they do have the overhead bins, so running wires throughout those bins, dropping them down right there where the TVs normally go and speakers. It wouldn't be that hard to do. Jeremy, you got anything on this coach, or go to the next one?
No, I was going to say you made a great point about adding stuff, but let's go ahead and move to the next one.
Perfect. So again, 2004 MCI D model. Let's go to the next one. The next one up is a 2002 MCI J4500. This coach, again, Detroit Series 60. Allison B500. A lot of you guys tell us that's the gold standard. I won't disagree with you. But a great coach here. And Jeremy, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, no, I like this one too. It sticks out red. Talking about things that you like and that we can get changed. Paint was one of those things. If you don't like it, we can get changed. I know many of you like the white paint as far as customary, but this red one really sticks out. Makes you stick out in traffic. If you want to be eye attention, sorry, I can't talk. If you want to catch attention for your brand, stick out from others, you want to red something like this. This really catch your attention. But Matt, go back to the back of the bus. There's one thing I want to point out on this one. On the back of the bus, if you'll notice near the bumper on the right and left hand sides, it is missing the covers. Those things come off pretty easily, but we can get them replaced. We want to point out the good because there's a lot of good in the buses that we have. There's some minor stuff, and we want to point that out as well. We want to be about not just trying to push the bad things, but to tell you everything. And even on the sides of the bus, as you scroll in here, you may see some of the stuff that looks like fuzzy, but that's nothing wrong with the bus. That's just we blurred out the name of the company just for their sake. But going back inside of the bus, I like the fact that it's a cloth interior. That's a good thing. Does tend to last longer. It's very patriotic. It's American flag. Works great for July 4th, a lot of summer trips. If you're doing inauguration trips, we have recently here to D.C., your local city, county, state government. That's great. But, hey, if you don't like it, we can get that changed as well. Just a matter of call. Let us know. We'll get a connection. And, Matt, that's about all I got to say about this. And you got anything on this?
Yeah, interiors. It's one of those that a lot of people love or hate the interiors of a coach. It's whatever you want. We do have interior partners. It's like I said about the power outlets, the Wi-Fi, all those features. We do have interior networking partners as well. So if you ever see this interior is not for you, this interior is actually relatively new, so it's in great shape. So hopefully whoever buys it loves the interior and wants to keep it. But if they don't, but most of the time I see the patterns with like just where it looks like somebody threw like a whole paint bucket at different colors at a seat, and some of my customers joke like, man, whoever designed those interiors in the 80s and 90s and some of the early 2000s must have been on acid. And I don't disagree. I mean, some of them are just nuts. You get on the bus and you're just blown away. But, we can replace seats. The seats, the headliners, all that stuff. We have partners for that. They actually travel to you. We can get you bundled in with some big package, maybe save some travel expensive money. But they can do just one coach anywhere in the country. So that is just something to think about there. But yeah, that's about all I've got on that. The only thing I did want to talk about is right here, on the bay door, right in front of the tires, there is a little bit of damage there, as well as the same spot, ironically, on the other side of the coach, right in there. Damage is one of those things that happens on new coaches just as much as it does old coaches. But what we want to do is point all of that out. Holiday coach sales, like Jeremy said, we're building honesty and transparency into coach sales. We want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm sure Jeremy's heard this before, but I've always had customers that have told me when they get out there, man, this bus isn't as bad as you said it was. And I love that. I live for that moment when you guys go out to look at coaches and tell me that. It's not that I did my job bad. It's I wanted you to go out there expecting one thing and get better. Most salespeople, car salesmen, bus salesmen, whoever, they want to hype up the bus, the best bus in the world, don't know why we're selling it, get in it, drive it from North Carolina to California. They don't tell you anything bad about the coach. And to me, you get out there and you start seeing bad things, you feel like you got lied to and it's not what you wanted. I want you to go out there expecting, hey, this thing's going to need a little bit of work and it doesn't need as much as I said it was, and you're more happy. So whenever we're talking about a coach, sometimes that may, I don't know. Know that we're going overboard on the negatives more so than the positives because we want you to go out there and have a better experience than what, you're expecting. But yeah, I think that's all I've got on this coach. But, paint jobs, body shops, all that stuff. Anytime you've got a problem with the coach, it's missing features, missing color, anything, we've got someone in our network for that. We've been doing this for so long. We've built one of the most elaborate networks in the industry. But we're also related to a charter bus company, a shop. We do all the things that you need. They're built into our network, possibly for the last 45 years. But guys, put us to work for you. But yeah, unless Jeremy's got something, we can move on to the next coach.
Keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. This coach is actually on the lot, so it's another one I'm going to let Jeremy lead with because guess what, guys? He's driven this coach.
I have driven this bus. I've had no problems riding it or driving it. It drives very smoothly. No trouble. Easy start. You turn the power on. You press the ignition. The battery starts right up right away, just like you expect with any bus. It does have a Cummins engine, Allison transmission. It's located here on our dealer lot. I've got a video on the site, but since it's on our lot, if there's something that you don't see or you want to know about it, since it's outside, give us a call. We can find out more information about that for you that you want to know, get you exactly what you want. He's showing us around the interior, the exterior, the good quality the cloth seats. This one does have the TV, DVDs. We require that all those work as part of it. Every bus that we sell, it's trip ready. If it has DVD, if it has power outlets, USB, whatever, everything works. We have video of the lift, the 88 working. We have video of the engine running. If you want that, give us a call, 336-808-0320. Matt, why did the bus stop running?
No idea.
Because it was exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hopefully none of our fleet's exhausted.
Because, I'm sorry?
So hopefully none of the coaches we sell are exhausted.
No, they're not exhausted because the buses that we sell, aside from being trip ready, go through the DOT inspections. So if there's something that doesn't meet standards, we get that fixed before you see it. So don't let that be a concern about some of the other buses that we have. So, that wraps up this 2008 MCI D4505. Matt, take us to the next one.
Yeah, and what he said, sometimes when we get coaches in, you'll notice in pictures or the video that we do, we're trying to get these things when they get to our lot. Jeremy and I do a quick look over, a quick test drive with the customer. Hopefully they're honest with us, tell us anything major. If there's nothing like that, our goal is to get it listed online because you may be looking for that coach and need that coach. We're going to get it listed, all that. It doesn't matter. Whatever you see in the video, whatever you see in the pictures, if there's something that you see, definitely mention it to us. Make sure we got it fixed. But we're going to send these coaches through a trip-ready inspection to make sure we would put it in our own. Like I said, we're affiliated with Charter Bus Company. That fleet, would we operate it on our own trip? That's the goal that we would. And then also the DOT inspections. Every coach sold from our lot gets a fresh DOT inspection upon arrival. And then it also, if we get enough lead time before you buy it, if you give us 2 or 3 days, we run it through yet again to get a fresh DOT inspection on that day. Any coach that's sold off of our lot, we require that they are DOT compliant with an active sticker on it, but also that they verified, like I said, pretty regularly. They're running these trips until sold, so they've got to keep them that way. But if you give us enough lead time, we make sure they redo that DOT inspection then. Of course, if it's off lot, verify that. Verify the last time the inspection was done, and when it's done, I've got to put that in there because Jeremy and I aren't there to make sure that it's done like we are on the coaches on lot. But coaches on lot, off lot, same standard. And let me tell you, it's above the screen that you can see. That's how high our standards are, and they get higher every day. We're trying to serve you guys at the highest level each and every day, whether it's an on lot or off lot. But yeah, let's keep moving along. Next up is a 2006 MCI J4500. This coach here, I do want to touch on something real quick. It is a CAT engine, ZF transmission. Probably just lost half of our viewers right there because I know you guys don't want to hear that when we hang up. Come back. CAT engines, the people that love them. The people that hate them. Same with the ZF. They love them. They hate them. I don't know as much about the CAT engines as far as pros and cons. I have heard that the CAT engines have more power. But ZFs, guys, if you don't know why you hate ZFs, call me. Let's talk about it. Call Jeremy. He's picking up on the pros and cons of those for me. But guys, there are pros and there are cons to a ZF transmission. But guess what? The Allison the same way. Your lunch today probably had some pros and cons. Your car, everything in life has pros and cons. And understanding and knowing those pros and cons is important because ZF transmissions outperform Allisons in several areas. But, are they my favorite? No. They're not. But they are going to do better in some situations. So let's talk about what you're using the coach for and find out, does the ZF work better for you or not? Really, the only place that a ZF transmission doesn't shine is parking lot shuttles and low stop and go. So think DC or New York. If you're in those areas, yes, those may not be the best one. But aside from those, and maybe some service for heavy service, but again, you're not heavy servicing these things ever. So talk to Jeremy and I about your concerns. Don't just go off on the message boards. Jeremy, what you got?
Yeah, I was going to say just the last thing to wrap this one up. Talking about customization, ZF, CAT. Know your situation. That's why we want to talk to you. We want to know what works best for you because it's not uniform. Not every company is the same. You know your company. We want to make from the interior to the exterior. We want to get you inside to find out what works best for you. So that'll wrap up this coach. Matt, takes to the next one.
Yeah, as you guys see, great condition coach. There's a little bit of body damage right there. Not sure if that's been repaired yet or not, but if that's important to you, let us know. We can let sellers know we can work repairs into the deal. We do have a body shop on site. We are partnered with an all-site body shop as well. We'll, of course, make the connection closer to this coach or you. But the coach is in overall great shape. And like I said, the CAT, ZF, don't just go off of the message boards and just rule out coaches that have those things if you don't know why you don't like them. I always joke with Jeremy, if somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you? No, you would ask, why would I do that? Well, same thing. If somebody tells you not to own a ZF, start asking why. Why not own a ZF? Because the person telling you that, they may not even know. It's just the person before them told them that. And then they got it off the message board. So let's talk about it. But yeah, great coach, great strong running coach. In service until sold. Interior, you've got some power outlets, some actual plug-in power outlets. It's going to be the original way that a lot of people retrofitted the coaches. I don't know this. Often this seller here, we sold several coaches for him. He has USBs as well in places throughout the coach. But guys, great shape coach. Let's move over to the next one. So this one here, we've actually got two of them. So they're going to be 2010 MCI D4505s. We do have a lot of D models, it seems like, right now, which is great because I always say the D model, that D stands for dependable. They may not be as flashy as the J model. They may not be as modern looking, but guys, if we had a 2016 we just sold, it looked just like this. All the D models you guys have seen, even that 04, look the same. So the D stands for dependability. Kind of like with cars, you can get a basic car that's going to do much more and have less problems than your high, teched out car that's going to have a lot more problems. It's kind of the comparison between a D and a J. The J does have a lot more bells and whistles and maybe flashy, where the D models don't. But this D model is going to make you more money because it's going to be spend less time in the shop and more time on the road. Jeremy, what you got?
Yeah, man, I was going to back up the same thing you said. I was doing some research early, and I saw, I think it was 1989 that MCI came out with the D model. Prior to that, they were in the E model, I think it was, and it added 5 extra feet. So the 45-foot was groundbreaking for them with this D model, and they just continued to build on that. So MCI doesn't get the credit that they deserve, but they set the standard with this coach, with the D model, and the D does stand dependable. They really turn a lot of heads, and they continue to do that. And this is just another example of how they did that with this coach.
Yeah, a lot of the MCIs, the A's, the C's, all of those, they were 40-foot coaches for the most part. Of course, they didn't want to set the standard. Prevost had the 45, and I think Van Hool did as well before. And I think MCI had a different model as well. But yeah, he brought up the E model. We're not looking at any E models. We do have a 99 and a 2000 at the time of recording, 102 EL3s. The E model came out and before the J, and the E model was going to be the top tier of their brand. They came out with just absolutely industry-setting standards. I think it was the first coach with disc brakes, the air rod suspension, which is so far advanced. It actually had some hiccups, which happens a lot of the time with new model cars and stuff, and got such a bad rep that they, when they did the J model, they discontinued the E model, took all the benefits that were working, worked out the kinks, put it into the J model, and just went down to just the J. The goal at the time was to have the E model and the J model, and then, of course, the D model down below and kind of work up. But then, of course, the E got the standards and stuff in the beginning, so messed up, they just kept the D and the J. So that's kind of a fun fact for the day. This coach here is wheelchair lift accessible. We've been telling people a lot, wheelchair lift accessible coaches are hard to come by, and, well, that's all we've talked about so far. They still are hard to come by. It's just we have quite a few of them right now, so definitely don't let that slide by if that's something that you are thinking about getting. And like I said, we do have 2 of these coaches, identical units. One of them is listed. One of them, he's wanting to kind of go slower one at a time, so we've got them there. But, they both are ready for sale. If you were looking for 2 coaches, we'll pair them together and make you a sweet deal. A 2010 MCI D model, wheelchair lift accessible. I don't know if we talked about the engine and transmission, but I believe one of these, this one is, they're both pre-def. And I think this one's a Detroit Allison. I think the other is a Cummins Allison. I think that is the only difference between the two. Same interiors, same exteriors, but I do believe the engines are different. And unless Jeremy's got something else, we'll move right on along. Let's move on along. Now, this coach is a little more unique. I meant to put this one at the end, but let's talk about it now. So this coach here is more set up, and we'll go ahead and skip to the inside. It's more set up, which we saw some of the difference. Those are roof-mounted ACs. So this unit is a little bit different. It's not a motorhome, but it is more of a luxury coach, and we'll come back to the exterior. But there it is. So you've got seats, and you've got, we didn't put the picture in yet. We just got the picture updated. These right here are actually pull-down beds. Every single one of them pull down, and they are beds. And then, of course, you've got the toilet still. And then this picture here, you do have a little kitchen area. So it's more set up for executive day travel is what this coach is set up for. But, it's a really unique coach. Full diesel generator, full, like I said, roof ACs as well as coach AC. And, great condition exterior. Jeremy, what you got?
Yeah, I was going to say a couple things about this one. Now, this one does, because it has that bar area, this does have fewer seats. I think it's 36 seats. So you do lose some total seats there, but you do have extra room there. Another thing that I was going to add about this one, I spoke with a few of you guys in some music groups that had asked about this particular coach. On the bottom of that, I found out that it was sprayed to kind of not only prevent the rust, but also help with some insulation. So that's something you don't see in the pictures, but there's a lot of nice things we could say about this bus.
No, and email us for our website. I'm trying to work with our developers to get a longer section where we can put a lot more information. But we do have a write-up on this coach. There's going to be marketing ads coming out starting around the same time as video on this coach to kind of get the word out. But email us. We've got a marketing ad and marketing details of everything that makes this coach unique. But, like Jeremy said, 36 seats, satellite TV, Wi-Fi, power outlets, 36 leather seats. as well as I think it's 15 bunks that drop down. We have a picture of that. That'll be up there probably by the time of this video. It'll be on the website. But, I mean, it's got the bunks that pull down. I mean, the versatility of this coach is just unreal. You've got the curved staircase with hardwood right there in the entrance. I mean, everything about this coach is for luxury. So, I mean, that's just something to think about whenever you're looking at this coach. If you're looking for something different, looking for something that stands out, ding, 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 you've got your winner. This is it. If you got that high-tier customer, maybe a team looking to travel, this is the coach for you. And next up is this 2009 MCI J4500. This one is a unique passenger coach. So let's dive into it and take a look. This coach here is featured with a Detroit Allison. We actually have a sister coach to it coming in this week. It's going to be a 2010 model. It will be on the website likely by the time that you guys are seeing this. Today's Tuesday. This video will probably go live later today, so the coach should be there or tomorrow. But this coach here, 2009 MCI J4500. This coach here is ADA wheelchair lift accessible. Guys, I'm seeing a theme here. A lot of these MCIs are ADA wheelchair lift accessible, which is impressive. But nice interior. Everything's in service, ready to go. Do have power outlets. This is one of those more unique power outlets that I like because you've got USB and plug-in power all in one, as you notice in that picture. Try to zoom in a little bit. It's not going to get as close as I'd like, but you do have both options on that. So that is something awesome. Of course, you do have the restroom. But guys, this coach here is ready to go. 2009 MCI J4500, 56 passenger, and it is a, oh, sorry, I messed up. It's a Cummins Allison. So for my Cummins guys, it's got a Cummins Allison in it. But as well, I think the 2010 is the one I mixed up. As we're processing it in now, it is a Detroit Allison, I believe. Guys, 2009 MCI J4500 passenger coach. Jeremy, you got anything on this one, or we keep rolling?
Let's keep rolling.
Let's keep rolling, guys. We're getting into the newer coaches now. This is a 2014 MCI J4500. Know a lot of you guys. We moved through some newer MCIs recently. I think we moved through 12 to 17. A lot of them had Detroits. Got smoked on that. Everybody wants Cummins apparently once we get to this age. Well, guess what, guys? We got exactly what you're looking for. Cummins Allison right here. So let's get it off the lot and move it quick. This is exactly what so many of you guys were looking for. Great condition exterior. This is what Jeremy was talking about. It's clearly seen here. We did a little bit, just the lighting and the way things work, and just didn't work out well. Anytime you see stuff like this, this isn't damage in the paint. This is where we took off the name, the website, the email, DOT number. A lot of our sellers want confidentiality when they hire us to sell because they want us to do the work, which I get it. That's what we're being hired to do. But they want to hide their identity for their drivers, employees. They don't want anybody to think they're going out of business. A lot of times, like this carrot, they've got new coaches on order. But again, when you see stuff like that, that's because we edited it out. It's no damage in the paint. We're going to talk about the damage in the paint if there's ever anything there. And if it's something that's not noticeable, we may even put an arrow on it to highlight it, because that's what we do. But I mean, everything else is great condition here. Interior, love the interior. Personally, this is one of my nicer, more favorite kind of laid-back interiors in the MCI, so I do like that. Flat screens, restroom. I mean, this coach is turnkey ready to go, guys. Does have power outlets and all that good stuff, as most of your modern coaches are. Of course, you got your seat belts, 3-point seat belts as well. Jeremy, you got anything on this one?
No, man, I was going to say, we sold recently another 2016 MCI, just similar to this one. So from the price and the standards and everything, it's consistent. I mean, so where we're at as far as expectations and price and everything, that's kind of where the market's at. So this is it's a fair representation of what's out there for what you're getting with this bus.
Yeah, and actually the 2014 that we recently sold for right at the same price had a Cummins ZF in it. So, I mean, it was the same price. So people that smokes on the ZF, we just talked about that a little early. It's Cummins Allison. What we waiting on? Let's get this coach in service. The spring's just around the corner. Let's put this coach in service, start making money. Next up is a similar coach, a 2015 though. 2015 MCI J45 coming back because I know everybody wants what we don't have, and I'm sure once I say Cummins, everybody's probably thinking, wow, man, if you had Detroit, I'd buy it. Well, guess what, guys? I got something for you, too. Detroit Allison, guys, we've got another one. So we've got something for both. If you're looking for a Cummins or an Allison, nothing's stopping you from picking that phone up and calling us, because at Holiday Coach Sales, we work for you. We got something for everybody, and if we don't, put Jeremy and I to work. We'll find it. We've got one of the largest inventories in the country right now, at right at 50 coaches. Somewhere in the next week, it's going to be at 60. Maybe not. Coaches are starting to move. We're going into the spring. But guys, if we don't have a coach that you're looking for, Jeremy and I will go find it. We've got one of the widest networks to put coaches in front of you guys of what you're looking for. We occasionally sell coaches that aren't on our website simply because we know what you're looking for and we go find it. So that's something to think about. But 2015, a lot of the same features the other coach had. Of course, you got your 3-point seat belts. You've got your power outlets, Wi-Fi ready. This coach is a one owner here. A lot of you guys want leather interior. I try talking you guys out of that as much as I can because leather just does not hold up like cloth. Cloth you can get an easy 10 years out of. Stitch it if something tears. You can possibly get more than 10 years out of leather. Typically, from my operators, they're telling me about 5 years it starts looking really rough and you got to do it. But guys, here's a good combo to have that a lot of people don't think about. A lot of people, it's not there. Is that combo? You get the leather cloth combo. So you've got some leather on the sides and leather on the headrest. The headrests are easy to replace. The sides aren't going to get as much wear. Usually the rips and the tears happen in the center of the seat. The headrests are what is a high wear items. Everybody's walking down the aisles grabbing the headrest. But, this is a combo that is overlooked a lot that I don't know why. So perfect example of that. You also notice the hardwood faces on the enclosed capsules. This coach was really fixed up right. So just something to think about. Neutral interior. If you were thinking that the other blue one's a little busier, here's more laid back gray. And of course you do have your hardwood floors. Coach is equipped with a restroom. Not sure why the picture is not loading for that, but maybe it's not there. But it does have a restroom, of course, flat screens, power outs, the whole 9 yards. I love that hardwood entry into that coach. That just screams elegance. Makes you stand out. The coach, the decals that you see on the coach, those are just the decals. How busy they were, we didn't want to Photoshop it off. The operator was okay with us leaving them on. Those will peel off. It will leave a clean blue paint job behind. So that is paint underneath the decals. But all the stripes, the art, all of that will come off, and it'll just leave a plain blue body. So that's just something to think about there. And then, Jeremy, you got anything on that before we close out?
No, I think you're right. From the curved staircase to the nice reflective brown wood, looks very nice.
We did do a little editing right there, but that's not damaging the paint. That's just where we took just the name off. But yeah, moving on to the next coach. We did feature this one in the last video, but guys, being our newest coach in inventory, wanted to quickly hit on it one time. So not going to spend a whole lot of time here. Check out the video. We're going to link it. Should be on the screen towards the end if you want to see the other videos, the last coach in that video as well. Wanted to feature it here because we're featuring MCIs. And how do you feature your MCIs without your newest coach in inventory? So 2019 MCI J4500 ADA wheelchair lift accessible. Coach is a Cummins Allison, just for you guys. ADA wheelchair lift, power outs, Wi-Fi, seat belts, could go on and on all day, but I want to quickly speed through it. As you see, the wheelchair lift is in progress there. Tested. Coach is being used every day. Again, quickly, there's nothing wrong with the paint. Some of that's the lighting. Some of that's where we took a little bit of the decals off. Cummins engine there. Front end's nice. Interior, nice blue. They kind of went with the same style, leather headrest, cloth from the rest. But again, those headrests kind of give you that added touch. But you can obviously replace those as they wear out. But yeah, so guys, the coach is in perfect shape. Wanted to end it with the newest coach in our inventory, 2009 MCI J4500. What are you guys waiting for? We've got coaches as old as I think our oldest coach right now. Actually, we sold that one. I think our oldest coach is 99 right now. But 1999 all the way to 2019. So guys, what are you looking for? Let us know. If we have it, let's make a deal. If we don't have it, we'll go find it. Whatever you want, we're here for you to serve you at the highest level each and every day, each and every call, for everything you need, from buying, selling, brokering, consigning, financing, insurance, delivery, consulting. Guys, I'm rambling, but anything you have, you bring the problem, we'll bring the solution, whatever it may be. Jeremy, take us out.
Hey, like Matt said, wrapping up, bringing honesty and transparency to coach sales. That's what we do. Financing, insurance, you got to call 336-808-0320. We appreciate talking to you. Look forward to speaking with you in the future. So thanks for checking out this video. Look forward to showing you what we got.
Look forward to seeing you guys on the next video later this week. HolidayCoachSales.com. You guys have a great afternoon. Make 2025 the greatest year yet. Take care, everybody.
Holiday Coach Sales does it all. Buying or selling, you've got to call 336-808-0320. Insurance and finance, we can do that too.